What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we got an update on the upcoming Nikke DLC for Stellarblade. I can't believe I missed this stuff when I was making my last few videos, but the official PlayStation page for Stellarblade leaked some new details on the Nikke DLC, and it's actually some really big news. The official page says, "Worlds collide in an epic crossover of heroic proportions in this add-on expansion for Stellarblade featuring Goddess of Victory Nikke. The warrior Scarlet has arrived from Shift Up's hit third-person shooter mobile app to challenge you in a one-on-one showdown for the ages. Only by defeating this new boss can you claim a new costume, hairstyle, and song for Eve as a reward." So yeah, this is a second new boss dropping with the DLC on top of the Mon fight that we're already getting. So we're actually getting two new bosses with the June 11 update. The Nikke fans are gonna love this one. Scarlet is awesome. As far as I know, she's still the only Nikke in the game who uses a melee weapon, so it actually makes sense why Shift Up chose her as a new boss. And this location from the trailer with all the cherry blossoms, you know, I had the feeling that it looked very round and like an open space that would be perfect for a boss arena, and now it makes sense. This is definitely the location where we fight Scarlet. I mean, we can see her walking in this shot here. I think we all assumed this was Eve wearing Scarlet's outfit, but this might be part of the cutscene before or after the fight. This is stellar news. The Mon battle was already good content, and now they're just doubling up on it. Mon will likely be content that everyone gets as part of the June 11 update, but this Scarlet battle will only be available if you get the DLC, so there's incentive there. If we keep going, put your trigger finger to the test in sci-fi shooting range mini-games. So this is interesting. This will likely just be the same thing that they did with the Christmas update, where they had some targets set up around Zion that held gift boxes, and when you shot them down, you could collect the item. They also called that a shooting minigame, so I'm assuming it will be the same thing here. It also says, visit a new shop owned by the Goddess of Victory Nikke's faithful robotic dog, Volt, who sells a variety of themed outfits, items, and cosmetics. So this is exactly the same thing they did with the Nier Automata DLC, where Emil was rolling around the wasteland and Great Desert, and you could stop him and buy the Nier cosmetics. To unlock that stuff, we had to go around the maps and find the stellar tiers, which were the currency used to redeem the outfits. There may be something like that here. It could be more stellar tiers, or it could just be something else, but if you got the Nier DLC, you'll know what to expect. If you didn't get that one, they're bundling both expansions together, so that might be worth picking up. Very cool to see them include Volt with this expansion. He's a good boy. We don't know whether his shop will be in one spot or if we have to catch him, like Emil, but it's cool to know that this is how the Nikke cosmetics will be distributed. The last part of this blurb says, take a break from the hectic action and enjoy a spot of fishing to see if you can reel in 6 collectible Goddess of Victory Nikke items. I have no idea what these could be, or whether they have any gameplay value. Interesting how they're tying it to fishing though. I wonder if we can fish up all 6 from the desert oasis, or if it's like specific items are in certain locations. We'll have to see, but this new info on the Nikke stuff is awesome. Really nice of PlayStation to spill the goods so I can make this video. It looks like we're also getting some new photo mode settings. They haven't posted it on X yet, which is where I usually get my Stellarblade news directly from Shift Up, but Shift Up posted some new images of in-game photos on Bilibili. I think I said that right. It's Chinese social media. And it's fascinating because they're showing off new poses that aren't in the game yet, with those little half-heart hands. Not to mention, the poses are being done by characters we can't put in the photo mode yet, namely Taki and Raven. Here we've got a shot of Taki posing with Eve. This is fabulous. Here's a shot of Raven and Eve together, and even Lily and Raven here. This one is probably my favorite shot out of these new images. Right now, we can only take photos of certain characters if they're in the frame. Even Lily and Adam, who have their own settings, can't just be brought into any shot. They need to be in the scene. But this almost makes it seem like we can place the characters where we want them to get that perfect shot every time. And this implies that we can toggle new characters now, not just Adam and Lily. Let me get a full scene with Enya, Tacky, Raven, Kaya, Eve, Lily, all the baddies. I figured we could do that when they dropped photo mode because we had some promo shots like this. I was honestly a little let down that we couldn't bring some of my favorite faces into photo mode, but hopefully with the June 11 update we can get some of that. I am noticing in these new images that the shots with Tacky and Raven are in the locations where we actually see those characters. So maybe we can't freely place them in any scene, but as long as we just get the option to toggle them and edit them while they're in the shot, I'll be satisfied with that. I think the single biggest change that they could make to photo mode is to freely place the subjects wherever we want. Because right now you have to line them up in the exact spot you want them, and some of those poses actually move the character's model a little bit, so making those tiny minute adjustments is actually pretty tedious. If we could just pick Eve up and move her 3 inches to the left and get her where we need, that would actually go a really long way. The shots of Raven especially got me feeling some type of way. In case you missed it, the stellarblade X account was playing with everybody's emotions during April Fool's Day this year. They did a Raven takeover of the account. They put some tantalizing images up, and the April Fool's joke was that there would be a Raven DLC or something. I know that they know that we want it. They're being cruel and unusual with this punishment. And now these new shots of Raven are making me want a Raven DLC even more. She's become a fan favorite, so I actually do expect some kind of content related to her in the future. Whether that's a DLC, or a prequel game starring her, whatever, Shift Up. If you make it, I will buy it. In any case, we got confirmation from Shift Up that mods will be fully supported on PC, so even if we can't place certain characters in photo mode, we can always just mod Eve and the other ones that can go in there. They confirmed the mod support in this tweet that also let the player base know they are fully aware of the region locking issue that's currently messing with the PC release. I talked about it in my last video, but there are 132 countries right now where Stellar Blade can't be sold on PC, and it has something to do with PlayStation and PSN not being available in those countries. Shift Up confirmed that you will not need to link a PSN account to play Stellar Blade on PC, although it is an option so that you can redeem an exclusive skin, and the suspicion is that because it's an option, the system is flagging Stellar Blade as unavailable for purchase in those countries. It seems to be completely accidental, and the devs are working with Sony to try and fix it before the launch. It would actually be really devastating if they couldn't get that fixed in time, because as of recording this video, we are exactly 3 weeks out from this update. 3 weeks out from June 11, 3 weeks out from the Nikke DLC, and 3 weeks out from hopefully new photo mode goodness. Guys, I am really hyped for June 11th and the Nikke DLC update. If you guys like the coverage in this video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, as it really goes a long way in supporting the channel. And if you're new and you want to stay up to date with more Stellar Blade content, I hope you consider subscribing and getting notified. But with that, that's all from me. This has been Star. Stay stellar. Keep shining, baby.